So I saw this other YouTuber, but with a real airplane in a real world situation, landing on a taking off from a racetrack. So I wanted to know where that racetrack was, and as it turns out it is in Portugal. It's in the north of Portugal, in Braga, and I've been there. It's a very, very beautiful city, actually, and I will recommend it to anyone who lives there in Portugal. But the fun thing I thought was the racetrack, so I'm going to try and land on that racetrack. It's a little long trip this time, because I'm starting all the way from Cascais, and it's all the way to the very north of Portugal. So it's going to be, I think, a little more than 1 hour. Let's get some flaps and see how's the fuel is on auto. Everything is okay here. Let's get some numbers in. See, we need to be at 355. Yeah, and altitude, I think we can go for fairly high. That's most efficient. So if we go for 10,500, we have a caution. We can ignore that, as it just as the parking brakes are on, and I kind of know that. So this, and we are on the FMS, and that's right. I think we can go. I believe we have fuel enough. We'll get up there. It drags all over the place, so I really don't understand that. I need to understand why it is this weird There are wind, I can see that, of course. So let's get the autopilot on. Should be right on course. So wind looks like it might pick up right here. The Atlantic Ocean out there. I believe that no, not yet. We will get over Cap Roca, but probably it won't come. Cap Roca is the westernmost part of continental Europe. Where you can drive. You don't need a ferry to get there. So we're getting out of course. Get into the plane so I can see what the horizon is doing. That's see, we are actually on the course of the GPS. So let's see if we can pressure it a little bit to get on course again. And what do we have of +5, +2? Should be okay. And we should most certainly be accelerating in a little while. So now we are way past our GPS. I don't know why it didn't take over. Maybe I forgot to press that button. Yeah, okay. So we are at 10,500, not even more or less, but way over. Everything will fall into place soon. We can go a little easy on the I don't want to go too much because I want us to get down. So I think this is okay, 56, 57%. And what do we have there? Oh, that's a waypoint. The waypoint over Dunkirk. I don't suspect any problems with ice. We are at Mark 0.37. Speed, let's say what it says over here. Any for the so I need to go into the electronic flight plan and see what that says. See what we are getting near to is this one, and then we have this one straight out, and then it's actually direct Braga. And that's for all of them, not that slow. That's a 200 and, I don't know, 241. 240. Yeah, I'm just saying because we're not going to keep that. So that's 28 minutes. So we're turning now at the first waypoint. I don't feel like, to be honest, I don't feel like taking the cloud. I know it's not realistic that hire the pilot. You cannot see the pilot here. Yeah, I'm outside the plane. Also not crazy realistic either. But be able to see the co-pilot. Welcome back. She was the last trip I made. Not the last world tour trip, but the last trip I made in Bangkok. Yesterday. It was a weird plane I got hold of there. It was a diamond, it was a DA40, but TDI. I chose TDI. I don't know. I chose that, but I should have chosen the NG.
Travel 5 miles.
Yeah, we do actually have capital water down there. It's the here there's the lighthouse and the parking spot. So we got to see it after all, and that was this one. Then we have 9 minutes to the next one. When we come up there at the end of the coastline that you can see, that's Masaria, where the biggest waves in the world come in, and very, very brave surfers are surfing like 20-meter high waves or 30-meter high waves. Crazy high, and a crushing power. Massaray. And the thing is that like a underwater canyon all the way to Massaray on, and all the water from the Atlantic Ocean is very deep. It continues through that canyon, and then suddenly it hits the shallow. Everything is relative here. The shallow water of the coastline, and all that water comes up the canyon and into. So it's very, very spectacular. If it's a really great day for surfing, I am not going to recommend anyone to go there, because there are hundreds and thousands of people, not hundreds, thousands, but there are many hundreds of people, probably thousands, that like to watch these surfers trying to tame those very big waves. And the thing is, they surf very close to the coastline. There are some pretty big rocks there too. So it is dangerous for sure. I have no knowledge of people being killed or seriously injured there, but I feel like certain that it happens if you are not super professional and really know what to do. Look it up, surf Massaray. M-A-C-A-R-E. You can find videos on YouTube. If you are not deeply into surfing, then I promise you, you will think these guys are crazy to do something like that. So what's our speed at? 242, that's fine. We are on time, I think. So I will turn off the microphone for a little while. Let's get past the waypoint, and then I'll go see if the coffee machine is on. Now back in the airplane. It's a big devil, but it's down there. Turn off the microphone and go. Start the stopwatch. And we have 28 minutes, and we'll probably start descending at, I don't know, around 20 minutes before. Go with 1,200 feet per minute. Would that be? I'm sure that would be good for feeling for passengers. We shall do that, then go how far it is. go, when we have 20 minutes, it go by 1,000 per minute, 1,000 feet per minute. I think that's I hope that's good. So that's it. I'm going to get some. longer than I anticipated before, but the truck was still on track, I guess. And then I can see it, so let's get some. Oh, I hate it when it does this, because that means simulator is going to crash. Which is never good. And it does mean that we don't want to, normally I like to go outside the airplane and into the airplane and so on. But I don't want to do that now when I see this is without my airplane on. Because that means all this will go away. And we don't need that to land on the racetrack in Braga, because that's a short airfield. Every help we get. Oh yeah, I should have colored it. I'm sorry, the coffee is hot. I think there's a risk of icing, but on the other hand we are going through clouds, so maybe we should do a better safety soil. Maybe it's already yeah, it's fine. I didn't know. Normally when about of course, if you get high enough, then it's cold. That goes for a there's some wind up here too. Yeah, the 22 inside, of course, not a little, but it's not the worst I have ever seen. And 7 knots from behind just tells them it's getting very faster, and it shows that the ground speed is 250 almost. So we are 13 or 15 minutes away from landing. It might be an idea to see what we are. Are we going straight in? Apparently we are. No, we're not. But we don't have actual passenger. So I think we have to go this way and then create our own path. I don't know actually how long this is. Maybe I should look that up. But as you can see, there's a small racetrack here, and then there's the big one. Kind of fun. So let's get some details about the oh, don't let me go. Let's get some details 231 feet and the runways are okay. 3,100 feet almost. That's fine. We can work with that for sure. while I will bury my nose in my hot coffee. Then we should start descending in about 4 minutes. Kick out all those chat bots that are in on Twitch. Twitch has a lot of chat bots, and I don't know if anyone gets anything out of streaming to Twitch, but apparently Twitch is the only place that you can stream to from Xbox, which again make me think that okay, my PC is actually an old PC. My daughter could probably, and my wife, that's probably use the Xbox for something else, and I could do with the new PC with a lot more power in my work too. So I am considering going down that road if I can save the money, because it's not free. It's quite a lot of money. So I don't know if it's possible to get a up-to-spec PC as I don't mean second-hand, refurbished. As refurbished, then that could half the price actually here in Sweden, but you need a lot of power, both in that you need a lot of RAM, you need a graphics card that can handle it. So let's get the altitude down to, let's say, 2000. Yeah. that knob's really sensitive. There. So we'll get in through all these clouds. That's okay. And what does this say? It says oh, it says ETE 5 minutes. That took this gun. Maybe I should take off a lot of now. We don't overshoot too much. I want to overshoot, of course, because we need to turn around to get in the wind, but not too much. Then we are, yeah. Not all the way to 2,000 years ago. So and then when we get there, I will take over from because we don't have any pattern to get into. Basically pointing to the start of the one. I'll get the rest of my coffee before we reach the airstrip. This part of Portugal does have some mountains. I know they are not 2 kilometers tall, but they are not that small. So I want to be a little on the outlook for. I don't see any discoloration here. This is less than 2,000 feet, I'm sure. This, so let's see the map here. If we go towards the airplane there, and if we go for this one and say we need the terrain highlights, then go back. This could turn out to be a problem. I'm not completely sure, but at least that's something to look out for. But apart from that one, this one, I'm pretty sure we're fine. So I hope the clouds are going to open up. here I'm not that tall. To 100% sure, I will go on Google Maps and say terrain, and then this one. Okay, I believe we're good. If it's 300 to 400 meters up, we will never get down to that level anyway. So yeah, now we are under the clouds and well, yeah. I don't know. We haven't got any warning from the system that we're like, 500 feet from the ground. So. And that we should have had that on those taller. So let's get back to the satellite. See a lot here, right? It looks like we are going to do like in Austria one time, where I basically flew on fueling. So that's what I'm going to do. I pull that up again. So pull that up again and go around. Now, of course, I cannot see the I cannot see my
Sink rate. Sink rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
But we need to go. Let's get here now. So we are more or less on top of the airstrip and I cannot see it. That's That's a bummer because that means I probably have to take away the weather. Get rid of the weather. See anything here.
500.
So now I should go around in very sharp turn to be able to get to the airport.
500.
It's there somewhere, but I cannot see where it is. Cannot read that. It's here somewhere. No, it's not. No, I'm totally out of. I need to get up and I need to remove the weather. It's a shame, but that's how it is. That's the problem, that I cannot see the small airplane on the chart. If I had been able to see the small airplane chart, then I could see what direction general I was pointing at. Of course, I should be able to figure it out from compass rules and all that, but I'm not that good. I'm not a pilot. Total amateur in this, so yeah, where did my airplane go? It's there. And where's that compared to the airport? Now we're going this way. I should be able to... Ah, there it is. So we are now at 4,000 feet, which is to be widely a lot too high. And then turn around and come back, and then I don't know, we are more or less 90 degrees. So if I go around and see, we have lost enough power to now we can see that the racetrack and the landing field, and we are way too high.
Sink rate.
Yeah,
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
Of course, we will get
Sink
a
rate.
sink rate. We're going down by more than 4,000. That's too much. So now we are at our original target of 2.1. So now we'll go around again.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
There. It's here. So we can go down here again. That kills enough of the speed. It actually does. We are more or less stalling, which isn't good either.
500.
So let's get rid of that one. Let's see what happens. So we are kind of too fast, but I think we can get there before we actually land. It's a little too fast. But it's a landing, and we didn't smash anything, so it's not a perfect landing. I agree, and I should have done it in the rain, but I'm not dissatisfied, to be honest. I'm pretty satisfied with this landing. So now we need to find somewhere to park. It's a little annoying that I had to change the weather, because obviously if you can do it in real life weather, then that's better than just artificially remove all obstacles like that. It's a little annoying, but the weather was too bad, and I couldn't orient myself from the maps. So yeah. It is what it is then. But here we are on a racetrack, and when we get in and get parked, I will go around with the drone as I usually do. And then get on with the real race. See who at the upper hand today. least if I go to the grass, I'm not the only one. So, yeah, I did go to the grass, I'm sure. Let's make sure they don't get sucked into the engine, and so let's get rid of some of all this. Yeah, I know. Because I actually did activate it. So, yeah, let's get that off and oh, it didn't. Off and here we don't have a door opener, so we just have to do like this. And then we have those twins or whatever. Siamese twins, I think. Yeah. They're Siamese twins for sure. And we did go to the grass, yeah. Well. Oops. This plane is also in the grass. So that's it. Enjoy the day wherever you are in the world. Let's go up and go around and see. I was a little I actually didn't have the confidence that I could land on this one because I thought it was much too short, but even though I landed far from ideal, it's still I still had enough to brake, and yeah, then of course we did a U-turn to get back to the parking spot, but it's kind of okay. I can live with that one, but it was a long landing. I would agree with anyone commenting on this landing as being a bad landing. It wasn't great, but we didn't break anything, and it was actually pretty smooth, the landing itself. So yeah, but yeah, sure, I still have some work to do on the landings, and especially understanding the landings, the dynamics of the landing. I don't really understand it, and maybe you cannot get anywhere near to get the understanding of landings if you never tried it in a real aircraft. I'm sitting here at my desk with what feels like plastic, right? And there's no real force feedback. There's a little bit. It does fight me a little bit if I try to do something that is genuinely against the plane, but not enough, I'm sure, compared to the real thing. Being up there in the air in a real plane, the co-pilot has said, never, ever, ever in your life can you do that. So that's not something that I'm going to do, but I'm sure that if I had an airplane and did fly, I would be better at landings than I can ever be in a simulator. Because I believe that you need to feel the airplane and feel what it's doing to be able to. Like driving a car, you need to be great at driving a car, you need to be able to feel what the car is actually doing. So I believe it's more or less the same. That you need to be able to feel the machine. So yeah, I'm stopping the live stream here, and enjoy whatever you're doing.